Hello guys, this is Hazuchio. This will be a unscripted review of Maybz against Zansin. So with Maybz, I actually coached them on how to ban against Zansin's box. Go Landius first, and then you ban 2 healers, then you ban Zerida and Listel. So the one thing Zansin has a really good juggler tank with a lot of defense. And the key to beating Zansin when he's player 2 is trying to figure out a way to kill this juggler with really high defense. And here he picks Leonhardt. In all of his other matches, I think he picks Luna here. Luna gives the magic defense that juggler really wants, but he goes for Leonhardt here. It's pretty good against juggler and Luna, I guess. More specifically, the Luna, which has Act Again. Liana also has Act Again, so And then Maybz here bans Yulia and Elwyn, picking up Landius, so this is not something I expected. Out of these options, I think Leonhardt or Bozo would be my picks, but he goes for Landius here. So Zansin gets his Luna anyways, which is since it's not banned. And we have a Claret last pick, which goes really well with the Landius. And another healer over here. We have a Liana here with Mass Protect. This is good if you want to just protect yourself from the Luna's cursed spears. Standard, that's standard. Here we have Beast Shock. Here we have no teleport, but we have Detect. So if you remove guard, you can aim to snipe something with their slash. Everything else here is pretty standard. We have Shield here as well, protecting the juggler from anti-heal. Here you can see really high defense, unbuffed. After faction buff and going in water, it goes over 1000 defense. With Luna protecting the juggler, it's gonna be hard to kill the juggler. And the player 2 have the advantage, since if you cannot kill the juggler over 12 turns, the player 2 wins. Here at the start, everyone's just casting faction buffs everywhere. And we immediately see the Leonhardt teleporting in. Goes in, applies Detect to everyone. Alright. So now you can look to one-shot some of these units. You can target the Liana with Trail Maidens, you can target Landius for obvious reasons. There's the Juggler, you have the Luna, and the Claret. Now you have to think about which of these units would likely kill your juggler. I would say the Claret or the Luna, so you should be aiming to snipe one of these two with their slash. And instead we have Leonhardt one-shotting this juggler. I don't think that's a great trade, since there's still a Landius here. So your Luna is not going to get any free kills. And there's still like I would say three damage dealers capable of probably killing this juggler over time, even though you do have two healers. So what Maybz is doing right now is just to run down these debuffs. Cannot act again, since both Luna and Claret wants to move again. So both of these flyers have a King's Crown. They apply the 20% damage to an adjacent unit at the end of turn. The Zansin actually goes in pretty early, I would say. It's a Raging Thunder, it doesn't kill the Landius. It does get a lucky, cannot be healed, proc. So this Landius have to move again first and then you heal it. But this Luna probably just kill through the first life next turn, since she's going to heal end of this turn with this Iris talent. So this cannot act again, but this Luna can attack. Still can't act again. Yeah, it's a okay time to attack. I don't know if this is a good time to attack. The Struggler is still on water. Using the skill, you did like some damage. Then there's like two healers here, still in water. This Cleric cannot act again right now. Maybe should have waited a turn. So here the Juggler just gets healed back up. Forced to move Landius first. Surely the first life here. Got pretty close to dying. So the Landius is not guarding, otherwise I would have preferred to see one of these units just move beside the other, just to give the King's Crown buff. Now Juggler is not in water, so here you can probably make attack with this Claret first. Fly 5 using this Right Wind, and attack somewhere where Juggler is not going to guard on water, which is basically everywhere. So you can fly like here, attack, and still be like in somewhat of a safe distance for Landius to guard. You can like move here to attack. That gives the full bonus of your talent. I need the passive. Here you attack with the Luna first without the skill because it's used last turn. Here you want to like end your turn next to this Claret, just to apply the King's Crown buff. This Luna is not going to attack. None of these two are going to attack. So even though they're not guarded by this Landius, it's okay to end your turn here, or end your turn here. Like, there's no threat here. It means that it just ends here, and not applying the King's Crown to anything. So the Juggler gets healed, and here the Landius actually faction buffs first. Juggler is going to Triton again, so it's in water. Does not make an attack here. That attack does apply anti-heal, so pretty good luck, I guess. So now it's on half health. Where can look to attack. Instead, you only move one square, so you got 5% damage bonus from your passive. And then you lose 50% more from the next attack. And instead of moving, you just attack in place, so yeah, the passive is doing absolutely nothing here. I still get the kill, so okay. That's just lucky, but you know, it's also a misplay. Now the juggler is dead, so shop's mostly done. You just need to keep this Luna alive as you finish off the rest of these three. These three can't really kill the Landius, and they can't really do much against any of these two if they're guarded. Luna is going to eventually lose her faction buff and just be unable to do any damage, but she should be dead here. Yeah, so that's dead. These two are just gonna die right now. Yeah, concedes. Alright, let's see. Game 2. Zansin is no longer player 2. He's going to have the, I would say, disadvantage of attacking into a defensive player 2. I see Zansin actually doesn't prefer to ban 2 healers first. Liana pick, Gospel, always good. Have a Sakura here to deal with the juggler, since Listella's first banned. But, well, the Liana can actually dispel the Sakura stuff, both debuffs. Yulia pick here. So player 2 does not have Leonhardt or Luna. I would have liked to see the Luna against something like Yulia, but you know, first picking the DPS Sakura here means you cannot really choose what you get next. I have a Rachel pick, so this one can actually Gospel herself or the Sakura for some nice damage boosts. We have a Claret and Yulia band here, so Yulia band makes good sense, I guess. Claret band. I actually wouldn't mind the Claret compared to the Bozo here. Claret, she is going to need the attack buff from, or the Gospel buff from Rachel. But there's the tiara, so there's that. So that's maybe why the Claret is banned. And again, Zansin is forced onto 2 healers on player 1. I really don't like having 2 healers on player 1, it means you just have less damage dealers. If you have 1 tank, 2 healers, that means you have to put all your damage dealers into very safe positions. You can't just let them die for no reason. If you trade 1 for 1, that's going to be usually the worst trade for you. I'm going to assume this Leonhardt still have detect. Okay, no it doesn't. So the juggler first turn did not use Triton, just faction buff, got miracle buff. So it's just looking to snipe the juggler first. And then you're going to use your Yulia to deal with the rest. Having seen what Leonhardt can do last turn, the last game, yep, this happens. And the trade happens. So now we have 3 damage dealers here against 1, I would say. But just to make sure, this is not going to do any damage. No damage. And no damage. So it's just all on Yulia to kill everything here. There we have Black Hole, Sleep. Usual stuff. Oh, that breeze was nice. Actually immune there. So immune to all debuffs from the Gospel. But yeah, that breeze is really nice. Can have reach over all of these things. So Zansin at the start of next turn would have looked to maybe guard here, then Yulia move here in guard range, attack someone still on grasslands, like Tiaras if they don't move out of the way. So Maybz goes in with the sleep, doesn't actually stun, but it does dispel all those attack buffs. Oh, we have again here. I don't know if that was good or not. Because of player 1. Let's see, so moves, and you move with this one. So yeah, it's okay. We have Hyaka Roran here, and immediately dispelled. This Minister kill for free. I would have liked to see the attack on Bozo though. So look at this Bozo. It does not have Bracer. You're attacking on grasslands. Last turn also clocked the sleep, so pretty dangerous, I would say. Instead, we attack into this Sakura. She did not clock the Hakaroran. She just threw out this 5 cooldown AoE, which she just immediately dispelled with these 2 really good dispellers. Overall, this is just a really bad targeting choice by Zansin, in my opinion. So here we have Bozo Sleep and a second clock. Okay, this Rachel's looking really scary with attack blessing on top of the attack buffs and this mobility buff. Doesn't matter what juggler have, it's pretty much dead if you get hit by the size. I see another gospel here. That was an attack onto the ball just to make it not have. Okay. So let's go back here. So this attack is to break the full health of the sorceresses. That does not heal to full, so that was a pretty good move, I guess. Then here we have another sleep, but Yulia is gospeled this time. And we have the third clock on sleep. Yulia should still be above 70%. Lost the attack buffs here. And this should be an attack just to break the full health of the sorceresses, but with Tiara's healing light, that was a waste. The entire turn completely wasted. Could have just healed Yulia or just healed herself or did anything, but it was like, you know, just move here, do nothing. Their juggler gets one shot by Dark Reaper. This is an attack onto the Tiaras. So all of these units are at full health. They all have sorceress. They have really high magic defense. So the Yulia does not have the attack buff anymore. While on grasslands you actually do have decent attack with unicorns, but you want to be standing on forest, mountain, or grasslands to have this 30% attack. And she moved 2 squares on here onto the swamp just to attack the TRS. So you could have also looked to move here or here onto the grasslands and do the ranged attack. I don't think TR is going to do that much magic damage in retaliation. I guess that's the reason, but you just lost a whole bunch of attack from the unicorns doing so. You could also just like move 3 here onto the grasslands, trigger some of the cavalry percent damage based on moves taken. Instead it's attacking on the swamp. Let's check the magic attack here. So this is about 800 plus 300. Could have been a lot more, I think. So that was Yulia attacking with a skill and dealt basically no damage to this TRS. Here we have the 4th sleep. No more clocks this time. But this is a really sad Yulia. Another attack blessing. Here we have an act again. I don't think I would have liked to see this act again, but at this point there's really not much you can do with this Yulia being slept. Yep, Rachel just picks anyone and just kills them. And they still get to move first because of the balls will sleep. Here, both silenced, cannot be healed, cannot receive buffs. Absolutely nothing you can do here. Celia should be dead. And this is just game. Good stuff.